this is Jill from Paper Daisy Crafting. Thank you for joining me again today. I hope you're well and having a nice day. And today I've got this little project for you, little Christmas tag made with the Peaceful Noel. As you know, we made a card with this set a few days ago, and today we're going to be looking at making this little tag, which is very sweet, I think, and would look lovely on anyone's Christmas parcel. Very simple to make. So let me show you how to do it. So you need to start with a piece of card stock. I'm using Tranquil Tide, and it measures 5 centimeters across and 13.5 centimeters long. I will put the measurement in inches on my blog when I post this, so just go down below and have a look at that. And then we're going to punch both ends. One end we're going to punch with the scallop top punch, and this should be the right size to slip inside there, and then just make sure it's lined up centrally and punch. So that's one end of it, and then the other end is going to be the banner end. So again, just slip the end in, make sure it's fairly central, and punch. And there we go. There's our tag, and if you start off at 13.5 centimeters, should be roughly the right size. There we go. Right, we then need a little panel of vanilla, very vanilla cardstock, and we're going to do a bit of stamping on here. So I'm going to use the same colours as I used on my card previously. So I'm going to start off with Crumb Cake and punch the 2 leaf sprays. So this is very similar to how I made the card, just much on a much smaller basis. So 1 spray there, and 1 spray and the bottom there. Then I'm going to come in with Tranquil Tide and the pine branch and fill in a bit of spaces. And again, I'm going to do stamping off so that it's not always full strength. So I'm going to put 1 there, and then stamp another next to it, half strength. So I've stamped off there. I'm going to stamp 1 down here, and another 1 stamped off, and another 1 here, and 1 to fill in that little space there, stamped off. There we go. That's all our pine branches stamped. Oh, I'm going to need that. I need that again because I'm going to come in with my holly leaf and fill in some of the gaps with the holly leaf, and again either full strength or half strength stamping. So there's a full strength one. Let's do a half strength one there, stamped off one, maybe a full one there, and a half stamped one. So it's not going to be exactly the same like we did on the card. You can play around here and do your own arrangement, but it's very easy to make things look really pretty with this stamp set. I'm going to put 1 more there and 1 up there. There we go. Yeah. I might put 1 more down here just to even it up a bit. That's better. There. And then I'm just going to come in with Cherry Cobbler to do the berries. Like so, some berries there. And again, just be very careful if your ink pad is juicy like mine, not to get too much red on the stamp block, because it will spoil your tag. There we go. Don't know whether those ones will be seen, but we'll stamp them anyway. There we go. And that's all the background stamping finished. And what I'm going to do with that is it's slightly wider than my tag, and that's deliberate because I want to be able to trim off a little bit, because then I get a really smooth edge. If I do it exactly the same size, it's much more difficult to get a smooth edge. So again, I'm using my Tombow and the broad end so that I can use this got like a flat end, so I can squeeze it, I can smooth it out quite well. There we go. So you don't get great big blobs of glue, you can smooth it out with that end. Can't believe I've only just discovered that end of the glue. So I'm going to put this on here about halfway, and then I'm just going to come in. I'm going to use my big scissors for this, because they've got nice big blades. And using the edge of the tag as a guide for my scissor blade, I am just going to trim that off so that I get a nice clean edge there. Otherwise it's very difficult to stick accurately if it's exactly the same size. There we go. Then in the centre here we need a little bit of vanilla, very vanilla, and we need the 1 3/8 scallop punch to punch out of the very vanilla. And then we're going to do a little bit of stamping on that in a sec. I'm just going to punch out my circle while I'm punching. This is a Tranquil Tide 1.5 inch circle to punch, to stamp, to stick the vanilla, very vanilla one onto. Okay, let's strain that out. The glue's just making that go a bit curly. Right, so I'm going to come in with Merry Little Christmas, which is a greeting from this set, and I love it. It's a really sweet little greeting. So I'm going to come in with that and put that in the centre. Sorry if my head is getting in the way, but I just need to, it's not really very central. I couldn't see what I was doing there really. I'm going to do it again. Luckily paper has 2 sides. There we go, that's better. So you can always change sides. Okay, and down the bottom here, just going to do 2 little holly leaves. Oh, didn't stamp properly. Luckily it's photopolymer. I might be able to get back on top there. There we go. And this side, there we go, 2 little holly leaves, and then just come back in with my oh sorry, just want a bit of scrap paper here so I don't spoil my grid paper. So I'm going to do 1 in the middle at full strength, 1 at part, and 1 at even paler. There we go. And then just need to come in with the red berries to complete that. There they are. Just complete with the red berries on the holly. And there we go. That's my little tag for the middle of my tag. Tag in the middle of the tag, I don't know. There we go. I get my words a bit muddled up on these videos sometimes. There we go. So just a little bit of glue on there again. And place it as centrally as you can on the Tranquil Tide circle. And then a couple of dimensionals on here, and that's the tag made. And then we're just going to put the ribbon on. Take those off with my tweezers. I find the backings of these dimensionals all over my house. They tend to stick to my clothes, I think, and then fall off. Find them in the bedroom, in the loo, in the bathroom. There we go. Stick that in the middle there, and then I'm just going to come in with my little piece of, this is our gold edged very vanilla ribbon. Just thread that through there, and I'm going to come in with a little bit of linen twine and tie that around. So goes around once. I tend to do it around twice just to make sure that ties, and just a little knot, and then we're just about done. If I can do this, it's a little bit fiddly. There we go. There, and then once it's tied you can just straighten it up. You might want to put another knot in there just to make sure. There we go. Trim off the excess twine. Probably didn't quite need that long a piece. There we go. And just going to trim off with my ribbon scissors. Actually, I'm going to do it that way. I'm going to trim that bit off because it's a little bit longer than the other one. There we go. There we are. There's our tag. Very pretty. That's going on somebody's present this year. two tags made now, but they would be quite quick to churn out in bulk and do for all your presents. And then if you wrapped your presents in, say, brown craft paper, that would look lovely on a present, maybe with some more of this ribbon tying the gift. Anyway, hope you like it. Thank you for watching today. Just pop over to my blog to see all details of the project and the measurements in centimetres and inches, and I'll be back soon. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.